The Dallas Cowboys is sending a clear message to the NFL, so we're going to be going through that and 3 other stories in today's video. So make sure to like this video, and if you want more Dallas Cowboys news content like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel by hitting that red button down below. The first story is Dallas Cowboys are sending a message by getting close to sign Eagles' former 29-year-old starter. The Dallas Cowboys could use a former Philadelphia Eagles starter on their roster. As suggested by Bleacher Report's Matt Holder, the Cowboys should consider signing former Eagles linebacker Zach Cunningham. Holder's argument for why Dallas should sign Cunningham is simple. The Cowboys weren't very good defending the run last season, and Leighton Vander Esch is now retired. It was well documented that the Cowboys' defense struggled to stop the run once Leighton Vander Esch went down last season, writes Holder. That, combined with Vander Esch's history of neck injuries, led to him retiring in the offseason. Why the Cowboys should consider Zach Cunningham. The Cowboys ranked 16th when it comes to defending the run last season. While Dallas has since signed veteran Eric Kendricks to fill Vander Esch's void, the Cowboys could still potentially use another established veteran on the roster. Rookie Marist Liufau projects as the other starting linebacker, while second-year man Damone Clark is the other starter. In other words, 2 of the Cowboys' 3 starters at linebacker are new. Cunningham started 10 of his 13 appearances for Philadelphia last season and racked up 85 tackles, the 3rd highest total on the team. Holder argues that Cunningham would be a good option next to Kendricks. Meanwhile, Cunningham is still available and has a history of being a quality run stopper, writes Holder. Specifically in 2023, he recorded a 70.7 run defense grade from Pro Football Focus and racked up 85 total tackles in 13 games. The 29-year-old would be a good option next to free agent signing Eric Kendricks on the 2nd level of the defense. The 29-year-old Cunningham actually didn't sign with the Eagles until during training camp prior to last season. He, along with fellow veteran linebacker Myles Jack, were signed to boost Philadelphia's weak depth at linebacker after they lost T.J. Edwards and Kaiser White in free agency. A similar scenario could pan out this season if the Cowboys feel they're not strong enough at linebacker entering the season. The Cowboys' primary backup linebackers Buddy Johnson, Marquise Bell, and Demarion Overshone have a combined 8 starts among them. Cunningham actually once led the NFL in tackles, 164 in 2020. Over the course of his 7-year career, Cunningham holds career totals of 705 tackles, 23 pass deflections, 4 fumble recoveries, and 6.5 sacks in 95 games, and 86 starts with the Eagles, Houston Texans, and Tennessee Titans. Trey Lance, more confident than ever entering 2nd season with Cowboys. As Trey Lance prepares to enter his 2nd season in Dallas, he's more confident than ever before. The former number 3 overall draft pick will enter his first full training camp with the Cowboys after being acquired towards the end of last year's preseason in a trade with the San Francisco 49ers. Lance will battle with longtime backup Cooper Rush for the number 2 spot behind starter Dak Prescott. "My confidence is much higher than it was when I got into the NFL, for sure," Lance said. "I kind of didn't know what to expect. I think that's probably most rookies, if not all of them at one point or another throughout that first year. I feel great about where I'm at, continuing to get better, continuing to learn, and continuing to be a better quarterback." Lance didn't take a single snap last season with the Cowboys as the number 3 quarterback. However, the team acquired him for a reason. They believe that he can contribute to the team's success. If he can beat out Rush, who has served as Prescott's primary backup over the last few years, Lance would be the next man up if Prescott suffers an injury. The Dallas Cowboys front office took a lot of heat after trading Amari Cooper to the Cleveland Browns for a 5th-round pick back in 2022. They practically dumped Cooper for nothing in order to get him off the books, leaving Cowboys fans rattled after the decision. Moving on from Cooper turned out to be the right move, allowing for CeeDee Lamb to come into his own as the WR1 that they drafted him to become. ESPN's Jeremy Fowler reported that Lamb isn't in a hurry to sign a new contract. Fowler believes that he is okay with waiting for a contract extension because he is likely waiting for a Justin Jefferson deal to get done in Minnesota. For financial purposes, this is the right move for Lamb after considering he has established that he belongs in a WR tier that includes players like Jefferson, Jamar Chase, and Tyreek Hill. It helps that Cowboys owner Jerry Jones has a history of taking care of his own players, often paying them more than what they could get on the open market. Under no circumstances will Jones not give Lamb the contract extension that he desires when the time comes. The second story is Cowboys should sign former Cardinals DL. Former Arizona Cardinals DL Calais Campbell is still a free agent as the next stage of the offseason nears, and while some fans in the desert would love a reunion, CBS Sports' Garrett Podell says the Dallas Cowboys should add him to their roster. The Cowboys still have a need at defensive tackle even after addressing the position with a first-round pick in 2023, Michigan's Maisie Smith, and a seventh-round pick in 2024, Auburn's Justin Rogers. Signing six-time Pro Bowl defensive lineman Calais Campbell could be exactly what the Cowboys need at the position for a year. While Campbell will turn 38 years old on September 1, just before the 2024 season starts, he still appears to have gas in the tank, wrote Podell. He started all 17 games for the Atlanta Falcons last season while recording 6.5 sacks, 56 tackles, 10 tackles for loss, and 42 quarterback pressures. Smith shown below standing off to the side at Wednesday's OTAs while rehabbing from offseason surgery and pushing to add more weight to his frame. Odigizua and Rogers could all learn a thing or two from the 2010s all-decade team member, who still stands at 6'8" while weighing 282 pounds. Given Campbell's age, Dallas could get him on a discount if he is eager for one last taste of postseason action after missing the playoffs in 2023 with the Falcons. Campbell is certainly near the end of his career, and though the Cardinals added more than a handful of names along the defensive front, Arizona has been very clear they'll always add depth at spots such as cornerback and defensive line. Campbell spent the first 9 seasons of his career in Arizona and has played no less than 12 games in every year of his 16-season career. He's tallied 12 total sacks the last 2 seasons. Dallas Cowboys wide receiver CeeDee Lamb isn't in a hurry to sign a new contract, according to ESPN's Jeremy Fowler. Lamb and quarterback Dak Prescott are both in the last year of their deals. Fowler reported Sunday on SportsCenter that Prescott is believed to have priority in terms of an extension and that Lamb okay with that because he's likely waiting on Justin Jefferson in Minnesota. The wideout market is already spiking, with the Philadelphia Eagles' A.J. Brown and Detroit Lions' Amon-Ra St. Brown joining Miami Dolphins star Tyreek Hill in earning $30+ million annually. Signing right now would net Lamb a sizable payday, and you'd expect him to become the highest-paid receiver, since that's what happened with St. Brown and then Brown. But Jefferson is bound to set a new standard whenever he agrees to a multi-year pact. SpotRack estimates his value to be $32.5 million per year, and that's probably a little conservative. The 3-time Pro Bowler's impact might extend beyond his overall earnings, too. Fowler reported in April he's emphasizing guarantees in his next contract. The nature of football incentivizes players to take the sure thing. Were Lamb to suffer a major injury in 2024, the kind of deal that's on the table now may not be there next spring. Lamb isn't the only notable receiver who's looking to see what Jefferson ultimately gets, though, and playing the waiting game could pay off in the long run. The third story is Cowboys' Dak Prescott states that when it comes to contract talks, he does not care about money. Many have wondered why the Dallas Cowboys have waited to sign Dak Prescott to a contract extension, but the quarterback has displayed a level of patience as well. I don't play for money. Never cared for it, to be honest with you. Yeah, Prescott said after the Cowboys' OTAs on Wednesday. Would give it up just to play this game. So, I allow that to the business people to say what it's worth. What they're supposed to give a quarterback of my play, a person of my play, a leader of my play. For me, it's about, as I said, control what I can control and handle that part, and the rest will take care of itself. Prescott is in the final year of a 4-year, $160 million deal he signed in 2021. He has a no-trade clause in his contract, and the team cannot use the franchise tag on him next year. Prescott has said he wants to remain with the Cowboys. Owner and general manager Jerry Jones has said continually that he wants Prescott to remain the quarterback. Yet the Cowboys and Prescott's agent, Todd France, have yet to engage in meaningful discussions on a new deal. The Detroit Lions signed quarterback Jared Goff to a recent deal worth $53 million annually, including a $73 million signing bonus. Prescott is set to count $55.45 million against the salary cap this year. Without a deal by next March, Prescott would count more than $40 million against the 2025 cap in dead money charges.